Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into something that kind of shook us. RM dropped a little bit of a single or something, and people are saying it sounds similar to something. So I definitely want to get into that and talk about it. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I also want to get into an ARMY kind of confessing V's little tood when she saw him. This one is quite funny, so I want to share that with you as well. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's get into the tea. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to jump into is, of course, what is going on with RM and his new song. If you aren't aware, yesterday or June 6th, RM dropped a little song called Bicycle. This song is absolutely beautiful. This song was absolutely beautiful, but it was in Korean, so I thought I'd break down the song just a little bit first, as this is important to explain my point later. The lyrics were translated to English, and currently it's added to ARMY's bike riding playlist. This is exactly what I imagined RM wanted, and I think it's so beautiful. RM has a very interesting relationship with bike riding. It's one of those things he does that feels very nostalgic to him, and I'm not sure how to say this, but RM is one of the oldest. He's actually my age, and look at the difference. Meaning, if you went back 7 or 8 years, RM had almost his full teens to be a teenager, whereas Jungkook didn't so much. He was just sprung right into the limelight. So when RM says bike riding is nostalgic, he probably means that it was something he did a lot of in his teens and childhood. RM did say how much he misses it, and that it could be a reason it makes him feel emotional. Obviously, they aren't allowed to do normal things, being as famous as they are. Bike riding for him is something he says brings him a lot of joy, and he cherishes the time he spent on his bike. He says it could be because he doesn't have a driver's license or whatever it is. One part of the song I love is this one here. It's translated by koreaboo.com. It is translated from Korea to English, so keep in mind the rhyming isn't really going to be there, but let me read the translation to you. Feel the roof, smell the truth. Miracles aren't so far away. It's okay to put on whatever face we want right now. The things that are the most precious aren't visible to the eye. Let's get our feet off the floor. This happiness, which looks like the birds. Let's float like the islands too. Let's dance with the winds. Yeah, it's okay to cry. Sometimes we're so happy that it makes us sad. Let's ride when we're sad. Let's roll with the wind beneath our feet. Oh, let's ride the bike with our arms out for freedom. These are very emotional lyrics for me. I imagine as someone who hasn't had a break in years and decides to take a day for a bike ride and really take in the city. And it doesn't matter what you do. In fact, the less you do, the better. And you're just there enjoying existing for a moment. I don't know how to explain it. And I hope for those who don't usually have days like that and know what I mean. But I think I didn't explain it too well, but RM did in his song. I've walked around the cities on days off before and done nothing. No shopping, no nothing. I just walked around and took it all in. Now around February or March, RM took some time to bike around the city and he ended up coming up with the lyrics. So this song has kind of been in the works for a few months now and had been humming the song for a long time. So of course it seemed like he was very excited to put it out. It literally dropped so randomly and unexpectedly. He picked a very good time to release it too. And it's just such a vibey song to listen to. Now if you aren't a big RM stan, why are you not? Get on that please. RM did release kind of a solo album a while ago. This was in 2018 and it was called Mono. The album did really well and there was a very specific style that was incorporated in the song. This particular style of RM singing and him with a specific RM noteworthy type of voice, it's very recognizable to those who download and love the album. The song Bicycle definitely felt like it was something that should have been in the album, or at least a mono version too. Of course, ARMYs were very shook by this release and the very familiar sound of Bicycle. People online immediately started talking about how it sounded similar to the mono, and RM was using his mono voice. One person wrote, first listen and I just knew it sounded familiar, mono voice, comfort all the way. The song for sure has RM style to it, and RM rarely ever sings at all. He raps in the group, but he definitely never uses his singing voice. And I would say the mainstream American media definitely is not aware of RM's solo voice. I think more people need to know for sure. He has such a great singing voice. I think it's awesome. I think a lot of new ARMYs from America, when they discover BTS, they'll literally have hundreds of songs to go through and listen to right away, since BTS has been around for a long time. I am so jelly. But anyway, it does sound similar to his album. And I think a lot of people see this as a re-up of Mono. And I would love for the next album, maybe call it Stereo instead of Mono, and have more songs like this. It's a great way to incorporate this feeling of nostalgia. These feeling of longing and wanting to be free. I hear all of these emotions in the song and it makes me really happy that he wrote something that means so much to him. Of course, it is a completely free song. It's up on SoundCloud and you can just stream it and add it to your playlist and feel the same emotions he does. He captured it perfectly. I don't care if the song sounds similar to himself. He can make his own music sound the same, and no matter what colleges or whatever say, I don't believe you can copy yourself. That's dumb, if anyone is insinuating that. It's beautiful and I'm sure ARMYs are so happy with the gift. ARMY's now getting these amazing gifts because BTS hasn't gotten the ability to connect with ARMYs in other ways other than song, i.e. before concerts existed. Obviously not so much right now. Now concerts are still centered around music, but also a big part of seeing the artist live and just being in their presence, feeling their energy they are radiating off the stage, just those sorts of things that make concerts electric, right? And then of course back then, they also used to do fan meets, which are the #1 way to connect with an artist in my opinion. Korean fan meets are done in a different way. It's usually on a long table and you can go one by one to meet each idol. You can really bond and look into the eyes of each celebrity. Taehyung is someone who does not take that for granted, and hearing all the stories that ARMYs tell when they meet Taehyung simply looks into the eyes of all the ARMYs and tries really hard to connect with each and every one of them. After all, if you go, you'd obviously want my husband to give you some attention. That's okay, I don't need all the attention all the time. I can allow some for you. I'm kidding. But this one story that has recently resurfaced and people are talking about is one that an ARMY meeting Taehyung and telling Taehyung that her mom loves Taehyung. Now keep in mind, these stories are stories with no proof other than it was being a story online. You usually aren't allowed to record at fan meets, and I think pictures are okay but no video. This was just something that goes viral on Korean social media and ARMYs have to tell their interaction story. But if this is real, of course this is such a beautiful thing. I am sure the mom, after hearing the daughter saying that, would have been blushing or really happy about it. I don't know if the mom was there or not, but the mom likely heard about it later. And Taehyung apparently then looked right into the fan and made deep eye contact. Those get you preggers type of eye contact. The next thing you know I was pregante type of eye contact, and said to her, "You don't love me?" Yo, I was blushing when I heard that. Like imagine if Taehyung said that to you. Like basically asking if you love him, I would be like, "Yes, queen, I love you." And from that point on, and then literally only having pictures of Taehyung all over my room, because by law we are married now. You can't be saying stuff like that and we're not married. We love the sass that Taehyung gives back to ARMYs from time to time, and a little attitude he gives. It is literally so funny for him to be like, "I don't care about your mom, I want to know if you like me." He is so flirty, and sometimes honestly, even if this wasn't true, I would believe it to be true because it totally seems like something he said. What's even funnier is the fact that every now and then he'll say something flirty, but then other moments he will literally say things like no when an ARMY asks for his hand in marriage. It's like, what do you want? You want to be married or no? Maybe he said no because he was trying to stay loyal to the other ARMY he met at the previous fan meet, or loyal to me, which is probably more likely if we're going to be honest. I love Taehyung's perspective on life and his interaction with ARMYs. He definitely plays into the whole dating ARMY or flirting with ARMY stuff. He definitely does it a lot more than the other members. You have Jin who flat out denies it and is like, "Stop with this ridiculousness." And Taehyung is just like, "I love you." It's so funny. And I think it's things like this that make the group such a lovable and fun group, because their personality kind of works together with each other. It makes it a really funny and fun dynamic to watch, don't you think? Anyway, I'm flying to Korea right now to do my official proposal to Taehyung. Maybe he's still in a flirty mood. Gotta try. Wish me luck. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check stuff out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. There are currently over 300 videos that are already up on there the moment you sign up. We still have a $1 tier that's currently available, as well as a 10% sale going on over there if you would like to check it out. I also send out cards over there. We also interact with each other as well. So if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top description down below. There's also a video over there that's free to watch that kind of explains how you can support this channel even more if you'd like to do that. Make sure you check it out. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on the screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.